guys, welcome to my channel Life with Val. My name is Valencia and I take you guys through my journey of life, and basically that's currently in London. So I didn't do a 7 and 8 month review of like living in London, my life in London, and even on like all my other social media platforms I've kind of just gone quiet a little bit. And I think the truth is September tried to take us out, guys. Like, oh my goodness, I feel like I was boxed from every angle. And all the struggles and all the, I don't know when I say struggles, but it's just like every aspect of my life, like things just decided, let's test her and let's push it to the limit. And I don't know if that's because, like, I'm in London, or is it just, the general progression of life? Because I do know that, every year things get harder. So I don't want to say, like, I guess I'm struggling to differentiate between, is life just getting more difficult because it's life, or is it because you're in London so you're experiencing these things? Although I do want to say that life has its difficulties, right? But when you're at home and in the space that you've always been in for like your whole life, you're comfortable, you have your support systems, your go-to things, like I do think that makes it better. Right now, like sometimes when I would like have a tough day at work and having that drive home, like driving sometimes would be a good way to kind of calm me down and help me like focus my thoughts. It really gives me a time to think. But here, because there's no driving, it's just like, okay, well, this train ride is not necessarily anything, what do you call it? It's not soothing. Taking the trains in London is just not what you expect. Like you see, oh my gosh, I'm going on the tube. It's actually very noisy, can be dirty, people can also be weird. So it's not that same, I'm in my car zoning out, dealing with all my different things. It's just like, okay, I just need to get home. So I would say that relocating definitely has had, like, it has an upper advantage or an upper level to just difficulty. That's what I'm really starting to see. But I'm not going to let that kind of knock out my whole experience of being in London. July, August was really amazing for me. I went to Greece, and I am a firm believer that that is the one place you'll visit which is as good as you think it will be. I know people go to Paris and they find it underwhelming. People go to Milan, don't really like it. And the truth is, it's all up to you. To go is to see. I really do believe that. And whether you like it or not is literally up to you. I've enjoyed almost every city that I've been to. I wouldn't say I wouldn't go back to any. But Greece was amazing. If you haven't watched my vlogs, please go check them out. I also have my highlights on my Instagram, so also check that out. I had the time of my life. Like, that really felt like everything came together, everything kind of culminated into what I guess I envisioned for myself in London. Traveling the world, enjoying life. Like, I felt like I was at my peak. And that's great, right? Like, that's a very great position to be in, and it's a great feeling to have. But you know that after every high comes a low. And I think maybe that's why I kind of pulled back a little bit more off from August. And in September, I kind of just, there's that thing, there's that meme where you're going high like this and then you're going, and now that's me. We are, so after every high, there is a low. And I guess things have just been tougher than usual. It's also a change in season here in the UK, so it's becoming autumn and then winter, but now things got really cold too quickly. So I'm here in my hoodie and sweatpants, and I mean, I actually appreciate the cold weather. Like, I like being cozy, so it's okay. But that also actually takes a toll on you, because there's something called seasonal, what is it? Oh my gosh, it's called SAD. Something seasonal depression. Let me get back to you. So what I'm talking about is called seasonal affective disorder. It's a type of depression that comes and goes in a seasonal pattern. It's sometimes known as winter depression because the symptoms are more apparent and more severe during the winter. Some symptoms: persistent low mood, loss of pleasure or interest in normal everyday activities, feeling lethargic, sleeping for longer, craving carbs. So now with this change in the weather, I can just see myself slipping into that, don't really want to do much. and it has to do with just, I guess, the amount of sunlight that you're getting, but it is just colder, and I just don't feel as, I guess, excited and, about things. And a way to counteract that is to obviously get more sunlight, is to get on vitamin D tablets as well. So I have started doing that, or at least taking those. But there's just a lot of factors that can make you not feel as great. And I guess also coming off of that high of being on vacation, coming back to reality, dealing with reality and what that looks like is also, it can be difficult. And that's, I guess, something that I've been struggling with. In my previous video, I spoke about some of the challenges I faced at work, and I've been able to at least alleviate the pressure that I was feeling, because I was feeling like a ton of bricks. Like, oh my goodness, it was insane. Like the amount of pressure that I felt from that. So that's at least helped me a bit in terms of trying to better manage how I feel about work. But I guess I also got some difficult news in terms of my health. I'm not going to share that just yet. I'll probably wait to run more tests for that. But in the UK, right, so because the healthcare is free, so it's paid via people's, or it's funded via tax money. So it is free, but if you're working, you do contribute towards the health insurance, which is fine. I think it makes sense in theory. But with any healthcare system, I don't know, my English is struggling. There is just a drain on resources, and there's often not enough resources. And I think that is the issue that they're dealing with here in the UK. So it takes forever for you to get appointments. You don't physically see a GP. And for me, this has been such a frustrating thing, and it's frustrated me with my diabetes, and it's continuing to frustrate me. So for example, you're sick, they'll run blood tests, they'll be like, okay, here's an appointment, go for it. Then it's like, we need to do another blood test to test for this. Then they didn't look for this, and now they need to do another blood test. It's just like, get one blood, and I hate getting my blood drawn. Get one blood and do all the tests that you guys could potentially find in the blood, so that we can just rule everything out, So it's just been a frustrating process. The tests that I need to do and the specialist that I need to see, I got an appointment 2 months from now, and I've been complaining about this from August. So that's what, August, September, October, November. I'm seeing them in December. 4 months of having issues and only getting help in the 5th month. It honestly is frustrating. And I guess it is a privilege to have medical aid in South Africa, where things won't take as long, but that comes with the benefit of paying for things. So just being in this position where I am paying for healthcare, but it's free, but I'm not getting all the services when I actually need them. If you want to see, I've never seen a GP. I've only spoken to them on the phone. That's just, I don't know if it's just where I stay, the GP I'm with, but that's just how it works, and it can become frustrating. It can be frustrating to be in a situation where your health is uncertain. You don't know what's coming. You don't know, like, I've had moments where I'm scared. I've had moments of, okay, if I'm in the hospital, I'll be all alone because I'm away from my family. So that's obvious. That's been something that's been very difficult to come to terms with. And yeah, like, I think I just need a moment. That it's been tough. It's been tough, and I think it's been the biggest knock on top of, I guess, everything else that I do have going on. For example, the diabetes. It's hard to now move on to something else and deal with something else, and the diabetes on its own has been tough. It's gotten better, but the difficulties just seem to be piling up. And it's also crazy. In this lifetime, we're just having so many things to deal with. During this time, the queen has passed away. There's a change. Now it's a king. The pound is devaluing. This cost of living crisis. Like, there's just these things also externally that are changing that you need to be aware of. And that, I guess, I can't say you plan for it, but I realize that the only constant is change. But I'm also realizing, like, all these changes are affecting me. And mine might just be a very, mine might just be a severe case where a lot of things are changing. It seems like a lot of things are going wrong. and I have to deal with that. That's why in the beginning I did say I'm trying to just differentiate between, is it London that's difficult, or is it just being an adult? So those are just some of the challenges I've been facing. Whenever there's health issues, it starts reflecting on your body, body image, self-esteem, eating habits. It's all like really linked, and they also all make you feel they also just make you feel a bit worse than you'd like to. And that's been tough. And having to deal with all those things also actually has an impact on your mental health. So I think if I had to redo this process, I do think I would still move to London. My thoughts have not been leaning towards, no dude, like, let's go back, this is not working. But it's just like, this can work in the short term, but in the long term, is this what you actually want? And that's a difficult question for me to answer, because my health it's not fragile, but it's always at the top of my list. So like, waiting for NHS is not always the best thing for me. So when I'd be able to handle that, I don't actually know. So it's been interesting, because now I've been here for 9 full months. It's now month 10. Oh my goodness. We're starting month 10, and now it's like, okay girl, you live in London. I live in London. Do I want to continue to live in London? I often get asked, what is your plan when you're in London? And I used to say 2 years. Then there was a time where I was like, no, maybe 5-6 years. And now the question just actually remains a question mark. When I look at the experiences and how this year has gone so far, all the travels, the people I've met, the experiences I've been able to experience, I can't actually believe it. Like, it's been out of this world. And my fear, and I feel like I have all these fears, is that it's a roller coaster. It's literally a roller coaster of emotions, of experiences, high highs, low lows, difficulties, challenges. Yes, there's growth. I really just wish it wasn't as intense, but that's been my experience. It has been a roller coaster of emotions. It's been fluctuating between being absolutely grateful for this opportunity to then wondering, is this the best thing for me moving forward? Is this the best thing for my mental health? Is this the best thing for my physical health? And these are kind of things that are at the top of my mind, because I realize that, we take time for granted, and we take our bodies for granted. And I want to make the most of what I have with the time that I have, with the body that I have. So I'm also just realizing what is important to me, and I appreciate that I can take the time to figure it out. But at the same time, having those conversations is difficult. Like, it's very confrontational, and it's emotional as well. So I don't know, I guess I've been in an introspective space, and that has been hard, but it's also necessary. So I'm guessing, but at this 9-month mark, I'm happy with where I'm at. There's a lot of challenges and uncertainties that I'm dealing with, and it's okay. They are difficult, but they are okay. They are manageable. I'm not giving up on the journey. I'm still excited to see what is to come. I'm still grateful for the opportunity to be here. It's just that I need to start asking myself the hard questions and figuring it out, and however long that takes is however long that it takes. I'm also not trying to say, I'm going to have all the answers by a certain point in time. Because when I came here, they told me that you'd feel settled and you'd feel like you're starting to really feel at peace and ease into this life. That would happen after 18 months. So there's literally no pressure. I'm taking it a day at a time, a week at a time, a month at a time, just because things change so much. And the person that I am is also constantly changing, and the things that I want for myself is also constantly changing. It's just change, man. It's change on this roller coaster. Like, you think that you're seeing OMG, but that's me. That's all I guess I'm gonna share for now. Content coming up. I actually need to sit down and plan my content. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm going to do an Instagram question, although I think I might have one pending already. Instagram suggestions, but we are so close to 2,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. I will at least be committed to posting. I'm hoping that I'm at least out of the slump and into the mood to really create stuff and just engage with you guys and yeah, and share with you guys. So yeah, that is all for me today. If you have any suggestions for any videos or any advice or anything really, do let me know. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. Let's keep growing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.